The dream is real. Yeah! Can I get a standing ovation for the authentic voice of culture? We are TKBS, ladies and gentlemen. I am your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns, baby.
And I am Kendra Taylor.
Hey, y'all, it's Dr. Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar, I miss you. God damn, you was in homecoming mode this weekend. How was y'all weekend? Talk to me, Sugar, because I can't wait to have homecoming. The 100th anniversary of the game is on the way, child, and I cannot wait.
Big homecoming energy was the thing for me. If you all didn't know, I attended and graduated from the illustrious Kentucky State University. You better do it.
Yeah.
Home of the mighty thoroughbreds, and we had the best homecoming. It felt like it's always good, but it felt like it was on an upward tick. So I'm just really grateful for all of the alums and all the people that were there and all of the hugs. And I just feel very refilled. I don't feel empty anymore. I feel great.
Yes, I love the full feeling. And everybody think they homecoming is the best homecoming in the world. Is that not the truth, though? If you went to a HBCU, you think your school is unfuckwittable. And I love how you represent Kentucky. What is it called again?
The illustrious Kentucky State University. Hello.
Okay, baby. Kendra, how was your weekend, girl? You glowing. You something going on. Is it the grass?
I don't get a chance to go to homecomings because I didn't go to a HBCU or anything like that. My education was later on in life.
You dropped
so
out?
I didn't get that experience. I've never been to a homecoming. Don't look like I'm going to Howard's homecoming. I'm just at the house.
Oh, shade.
You know.
Shade. The shade is real. Jesus.
But I didn't do anything. I went and got a facial this weekend, so that's why I'm glowing.
Yeah.
And then I went and worked out. I walked 4 miles, did a good workout, so I'm in my bag.
Yeah, look, it's over there bagging. The bag is real. Do you want to know about my weekend?
How was your weekend?
I don't like that ask. Can you do it again with some energy, someone, please?
Oh, so you want Sugar? He missed you anyway, Sugar. Go ahead next.
How was your weekend, Kitty Bird?
Kendra's so territorial. I mean, we just had a whole pleasant conversation for you, Lord. Anyway, my weekend was fine. Thank you for asking with some energy, Sugar. First of all, big shout out to Kyle Burns. I just want to shout out my son. Year 2 for him playing basketball. He's at a JUCO called Dodge City. Big shout to the Dodge City Conquistadors. And if y'all don't know about this JUCO world, child, they do this thing called jamborees. And it reminded me of AAU. It was like an adult AAU. So they go there and all the college coaches from all over the Division I's and the Division II's, and they come see these kids play. And when I tell you it was some grown ass men in junior college, child, I'm talking about, I was like, how old is he? Because back in the AAU days, when your son is 16 playing 16U, he be having 19 years old, opponents or 19-year-old opponents. And I was like, but in here, at the Jamboree in Oklahoma City, and I'm getting to Oklahoma City because that's Tiffany Stomping Grounds momentarily, but then when I talk about grown men in here fighting for positioning to get to a Division I college child, so round of applause for the babies that are pursuing their dream. My son was right along with them. And but Oklahoma City, I want to shout out Oklahoma City. I had low expectations. I ain't gonna hold you. And it ain't no shade. It's just Oklahoma City. It's flat. You know what I'm talking about? It's like I took Kyle, don't make that face, Kendra. I took Kyle to school in Kansas, drove, and it was cornfields and dirt. Y'all remember the analogy I gave you? I was just flat. And I see why the tornadoes come through, because it's just flat land, right? Right, Tiff? I'm telling the truth. So anyway, Tiffany gives us all these recommendations. You know what I'm talking about? She giving us, everybody. Such and such got divorced. They got a new restaurant over here because he was really the chef. All the tea. She got all the tea. So we stayed at the National Autograph Collection. Now, mind y'all, this was a bank, ladies and gentlemen, before it was a hotel or high-rise. One part was high-rise apartments. The other was hotel. But they had the original marble, the original safes in the basement that they made a speakeasy club kind of thing. But I'm sitting in there like, oh my God. They had the original tellers. Actually, the restaurant we ate at that was amazing. Food was amazing. Big shout out to Oklahoma City. I don't know if it's just everything cooked with fat and goddamn salt and pepper and extra seasoning, Lowry's. But when I tell you the food was unreal, but I'm in this place, y'all, and there was so much history in it. And big shout out to OKC. I had an amazing time, man. I also got back last night. Big shout out to Diedrich My brother Hideaki, he just turned 50, y'all. Round of applause for Dedrick. I love you in real life, champ. You are a great human. You keep me with it on. And people like to think that he styles me. You know, he does suggest occasionally, but you know what I'm talking about? We kind of collaborate, you know what I'm saying, and come up with these amazing outfits. But I love you, Dedrick. He had his 50th birthday party last night. And yeah, I want to get into the episode, y'all. Episode 104 is called What's Real? Okay? I need to know, I want to know, I got to know, because the way that the world is set up right now, I don't know what to believe. We have conversations, Kendra and Dr. Sugar, every week about what we can believe or not when it comes to this social media. I mean, every day we are hearing things that are not true, and we say it all the time. The lie becomes the truth. And I want to get into the episode by getting into the first thing I saw on social media. DDG and Halle Bailey, that's how you say her name. I love that little girl. She's the mermaid. She cannot lose in my eyes, right? And I would have thought Chloe, big shout out to Chloe, one of the stars of Fight Night. But just because of the way Chloe be, you know, doing her thing, I thought she might have a baby first. But, you know, Halle had a baby first, right? I love you, Chloe. I'm just saying, you just grown. You older, right? They old. She older than you. That's first. You big. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, I thought, but then Halle went and had the baby, and she had it with this boy, and they seem in love. I mean, they together all the time. Like, you would want to be best friends with your significant other, and all of a sudden he goes to social media and announces their split. Now, one of the things that threw me off is, one, you went to social media. I don't know why you feel the need to go on social media, but then the other thing I saw, and I don't know whether it's true or not, I need to know what's real. It was talking about she had trash hair.
I think somebody's about to get hurt.
For the life of me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what business of ours that is. What's real? Talk to me, Kendra, because I don't agree with going to the social sphere to talk about your business, first and foremost, but then you saying shit like that. And I don't even know if that's real, because is it real?
I don't know, because I seen the post of the breakup, but I didn't see what you just showed now. So that's unbelievable that it doesn't even seem like his character. So yeah, well, I don't know him that well, but exactly. I'm just saying, from what we see on social media, it didn't seem like he would do something like that. But who knows? Who knows? Personally, I don't go to social media with any of my personal business. And a lot of my personal life, I don't even share on my regular page because it's private and those people don't know you. So perception is subjective. Like you said, you would have thought Chloe would have had a baby first because how she presents herself.
Well, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Kendra.
I mean, you didn't say present herself, but you said, okay, let's clear it up.
I said she was older, and I thought she might have because what you said. But I didn't say that.
Again, perception is subjective, ladies and gentlemen.
Sugar, I need help because they look so in love. I just didn't see that on social and being anybody's business. And then the comment I just read to y'all, I didn't read it, but I, got the Cliff Notes too. Child, talk to me, sure.
So I be on a little binge sometimes watching short videos of DDG and Halo. Yeah. So I'm very much invested into the little family.
Me too.
And I don't know nothing about who DDG is, what his real name is, what the D or the G stands for. No clue. Yeah. I don't even know if he's a rapper, singer, an artist. If he does cartwheels, I don't know anything about this man.
Right.
It just seemed like he a good daddy. And it seems like he and Halle were a good match. But also, much like Kendra, I don't know what is going on in my personal life unless Kenny Burns slips up and says something. But here's the thing.
The shade is real today.
Here's the thing, though. We cannot look at what people post and think that it's gospel. But also, just because somebody can't be with somebody in a relationship don't mean anybody did anything. Maybe they just weren't right for each other. That don't make me hate you.
I agree, but my thing is, and this is to DDG, and I do want to know what DDG stands for, by the way. But you got to be with that woman in some type of relationship for the kids' sake. Now, if that last little comment is true, and we don't know what's real here at the Kenny Burns Show, we do not know. We can only go and report on basically what we hear, and then we try to give you advice. So DDG, I'm giving you some advice. That's your baby's mother. The most respect should be shown in any presentation towards her. And none of this has to be anybody's business. If you don't like something, if something's not going the way you thought it was gonna go, because to Sugar's point, you play with that baby, you present, I've only seen you say nice things. That's why I was wondering, was that comment even real? Because I'm like, dog, and she's not even with the shits. It's different with people that are with the shits. We see these relationships where women are with the shit and they for the streets and they can handle anything coming their way, and they're not gonna take nothing personal or they're gonna clap back, whatever the case may be, just like Cardi B and Offset. She went on a tear about their relationship and then they was just in the club. So it's like, I get it. But ladies and gentlemen, this does not help you. You might not be able to come back from the things you say, because once you say them, the trolls get hold of the information and they go crazy with it. We are seeing this over and over again. And I wanted to bring this point up, y'all, because I get off the plane coming from OKC, big shout out to the food again, and Joshua, my driver / partner, first thing he say to me when I get in the car is like, you heard that Meek Mill and Diddy sex tape, the audio? I said, wait. Hold up. We can't greet each other that way, first and foremost. I do not want to get in the car with that type of energy. And I'm coming to you, Sugar. But I'm literally like, I had to stop him. And I'm in no way defending this man for anything he's done egregious against somebody. But the internet is going crazy on this man. I'm talking about reporting falsities. You got everybody coming out the woodwork with lawsuits, thinking they can get the cash grab. And he clearly was telling me / asking me what I thought, because he knows I might know, right? But I'm like, brother, that's old news, first and foremost. And the gay guy who was actually in the sex audio you heard came out and said that wasn't, what you talking about. It was with him and somebody else. So my thing is like, what's real, Sugar? I need to...
Listen, okay, I'm gonna say this. We don't know what's real. We know what they're telling us is real.
You're right.
And unfortunately, when somebody feels offended or somebody wants to be the victim, they gonna make whatever they say real. They gonna say the same thing over and over until they believe it so much that they try to make it believable for others. I was having a conversation over the weekend with someone who has some family trauma about how they arrived in the world. Found out that the family trauma wasn't really family trauma. It was a lie. But the people involved, one person involved, would not come to terms with the fact that you keep telling this story that ain't the truth.
Yeah.
So you now believe it because you've been telling it.
Yes.
And so that's whenever the whole your truth really pisses me off, because it's either the truth or it's not. I wrote a whole paper about my truth. Baby, is it true or is it ain't? Because what?
Sugar, but that's the thing. A lie can be the truth if enough people are telling the lie, amplifying the lie. And we continuously, especially in the media side of it, we don't care about anyone's well-being. We don't care about if they're going to be okay at the end of this annihilation of their character. That's why, here, we don't get into that all the time. And when we do mention pop culture, anything, we want to bring it back to something valuable to try to teach you mother suckers not to just be out here listening to everything you hear and believing it, and then also regurgitating something you don't know to be true. Because the truth has to be the truth. We can't continue to go forth and be like, oh, I heard. You can't say that anymore. That should be banned from your vocabulary. You should be like, I know because I saw with my own eyes. Or in the court of law, they brought up the videotape that shows that such and such molested somebody. Or it's like R. Kelly. In the time where there was no social media, he had a video. You could see the 13-year-old undeveloped body. You could see him peeing on her. You could see all the disgraceful shit he did. And for that, sir, you should go to jail.
Nasty bitch.
You should be locked up. But when we get into this, let's destroy someone for the sake of destroying them? Kendra, I don't understand that mentality. And it's becoming the norm.
It is becoming the norm. People are persecuted in the public before they even have a day in court. So that is a major problem with our society today. That's part of the cancel culture that they have nowadays.
Yeah.
And so I'm totally against that. I want to know all the facts before I make any kind of judgment. And what's real out here, we don't know. The only thing that's real is what I'm going through, what I can say, and my perception of what I'm seeing with my own eyes. I'm hearsay, like you said, it does not hold up in court. I can't go in court and say, well, Sugar said to me that Kenny said to her. That's telephone. You know how that can be misconstrued through the line of communication? Yes. It has been tested.
And it's tearing people's lives up. Kyle and them played the number one team in the JUCO world, right? And Kyle had an amazing game. It was his best game of the weekend. And the guy, the starting point guard, went to Kansas. He literally had rape allegations. And so they believed the girl did not honor his scholarship going forward, and then found out the girl lied. You are tearing people's lives apart. It's almost too, and I want to mention this because Foxy Brown, she just got pulled into the algorithm, child. They were talking about Jay-Z and they added her. She was like, look, y'all keep trying to get me to go against this man in any way, fashion, or form, and I'm not going. Technically saying he ain't do nothing to me. You know what I'm talking about? Then you got, and I said this, child, if something come out on Jay-Z, I quit. Because I gotta believe that my era meant something. That shit was so definitive of what we know today as culture, and all the superheroes ain't shit. Now, mind you, we gonna talk through some things, and it's some things we could get over, and it's some things we can't. And we need to be defining with that stance. In today's culture, we need to be like, this is what we can move on from, because everybody can't get it right all the time. But if you're a pedophile, that's something we can't get over. I'm sorry. There's no forgiving that, right? If you murdered somebody, or you're involved in murders, or you're down with some shit that's, you know what I'm saying, taking lives and costing people their lives, that's something we can't get over. You go do your time, you make a difference in young men's life, young women's life, and down the line, yes, there's a forgiveness there if you repent and you pay your motherfucking debt to society and you come out whole and make a difference. Okay, cool, then we can move. But we gotta have some guidelines, Sugar. I need guidelines, because even, and you know me, y'all both know me, I only give love. And I see the comments, I get love. I see the small amount of hate, sometimes mostly bots, because the only child, I swear, the only hate I get is on the Kamala post. This is unbelievable. But the point I'm trying to make is, in person, everybody know how to act. You know what I'm saying? So for me to feel any discomfort, there has to be some real evil in the room, or some real situation that, you know what I'm saying, is permeating that I need to leave. But I'm saying to you, I want to even leave the business that I loved sometimes because of these people's actions. I want to leave the people alone because, wait, you still doubling down on the bullshit? Talk to me, Sugar, because I'd be ready to jump off the motherfucking ledge.
Sometimes we are in situations in life where we're comfortable, where we have people that we've been around, where we know how people are going to move. But when people aren't growing at the same rate that we are, sometimes we have to make that choice to move on. Come on. That doesn't mean we love them any less. That means that we love them differently. Yeah. They can't love us the way that they should. They can't respect us the way that they should. I mean, I've been in situations where I don't hate you, young man, but you don't love me the way I need to be loved. So it's time for me to move on. Man. And people don't understand that. They just be like, well, why can't we? Well, baby, you're not doing what I ask you to do. Yeah. You're not showing up for me like I need you to. And if you're not showing up for me like I need you to, what's the point in us even having interaction? And that applies to family, friends, dudes, everybody, because guess what? I don't need no negativity. Yes. And I'm going to check you. And if you don't want to be checked, don't be my friend. Quit sending me your songs and asking me what I think. You don't want to know.
Right. They're trash. Yeah, no, I think that you're absolutely right. And that's why I did the Soul Food Sunday this weekend, saying your success is defined by your relationships. And when a lot of people don't like you, that says something about you. It says something about you. And if you're not willing to hear the things about yourself, and you know, this narcissistic ego shit that our superheroes have, We gotta build a new regime of non-narcissistic egomaniacs. We have to, because they believe their own narcissism. You in your mind have put something in your mind that you did something and you deserve something for that shit you say you did that you didn't do. Where the fuck does that exist and is normal? I need to know. Because a lot of trouble that people get themselves into is because what they think versus what they know. What they think should happen because in their mind it played over and over again this way, and you step into real life and it's not that way. And you gonna fuck around and fuck with the wrong one day.
The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
And the thing about it is, it's not gonna be to your advantage, because when the crumbling starts to happen, when that snowball effect starts rolling down that hill, you're gonna be Puff Daddy. You know the shit you've done that's egregious to people. You know the shit you've done that is harmful to your community. And even though you want to show up sometime, like, I'm going to play the game just so people can think I'm on my shit and I'm a father and I'm doing all this amazing shit. I'm a stand up, you know what I'm saying, mother. And no, we know who you are. Everybody knows who you are. But until we start ousting these people we ain't got to talk about everybody publicly, y'all. We do not. And anything I say on the Kenny Burns Show, I'm saying so we can be better from it. DDG, he's young. He can erase that shit out of his memory bank this week, get better, and fuck around, either get back with her or be in a great co-parenting situation. Me mentioning Foxy Brown is because there are some stand-up people in the world that just ain't going and gonna speak out, right? And even like Diddy, I'm glad his mama said something. I'm glad she said something because he had nobody. But that's because y'all allowed that behavior to happen in your presence for too long. For those who knew, for those who aided and abetted.
I totally agree with you. I seen a clip this weekend from Drake, who was basically talking about how you're standing alone. He started playing the song, Me, Myself, and I.
You're gonna come to a point in life where people you thought were friends or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up. They might try and move funny with you. They might stab you in the back. They might do a lot of things to you. You'll come to that realization.
You think you have friends that's in your corner and you go through some shit and then you find out, hell, they wasn't my friends. They were opportunists. Yeah. They were around me because what I had, what I was able to provide, the opportunities that was there. Yeah. And then once I'm down on my luck or whatever I'm going through, everybody scatter.
Yeah, facts.
That's not a friend. And like you said on your Soulful Sunday, I'm glad and I feel blessed to have the relationships that I have had for many, many years, for decades, with my girlfriends and people that I choose to basically be family, not just friends. That's a blessing to have that, especially in today's society. And when other people see it, they're like, I've never seen girlfriends be together that long without any kind of conflict, because that's genuine love. We were children coming up.
That's right.
And we became adults and still connected our families in that way because we were honest with each other. We talked with one another. If we were going through something, we had a conversation about it. It wasn't no, I'm flipping on you or I'm going to tell your business. None of that, because we have a sisterhood. That is priceless.
Yeah, and whatever did happen, you grew from. And that's the beauty of real relationships. That's why I even said in the Soulful Sunday, I adore and love some people. I love and adore you too, motherfuckers. Can't nobody say nothing about Kendra and goddamn Dr. Sugar to me. And it ain't even no energy where I don't represent that when we are together. I call you out, you call me out, we'll be friends and be on this motherfucker kikiing and woo-woo in 55 seconds later. You know what I'm talking about? Because we love each other. And I want to say this about Drake. And I'm going to do my As the World Turns because I have a message for Drake specifically. But this industry ain't that. If you looking for people to have to choose who they gonna be cool with, this ain't that. And to be honest, in this game, you should know that you shouldn't ask somebody to choose. We should be adult enough to understand, okay, cool. If LeBron James, and I'm assuming this is what he meant, LeBron James was at the They Not Like Us performance or whatever performance he had when They Not Like Us was busting a hole in the ecosystem. And I'm gonna address some of this in As the World Turns, but you can't be mad because he had a Kendrick show. You just can't be mad. And my thing is like, I don't want to get into that because we get into that momentarily as the world turns. But just hold that thought. But yes, Kendra, you're absolutely right. And Sugar, what you had to say, baby?
I just wanted to add that you don't let nobody say nothing about us, and we don't let nobody say nothing about you.
Amen.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's very clear. Don't come at us with no silliness about Kenny Burns, because I will, 1, 2, take the earrings off. It don't take long. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
None of us.
Y'all have been proud of me. I had a little situation that I totally chose the door versus the floor. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are less than 30 days away from this election. And I would be remiss not to talk about that in every episode until we get to November 5th, when we all have to make the right choice to save our democracy. And I'll be this week talking to Essence as well as part of the platform I already did, just sharing my information, what I know to be true, what I think about the race, who we should be voting for, all the things. But I want to bring up Marjorie Taylor Greene, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah! We've all seen the devastation in North Carolina. And this lady and her conspiracy theories are out of control. Basically, this clip behind me says that, the government can control the weather, in so many words. She's also said that Jewish space lasers back in 2021 started the forest fires. She's said things like Zionist supremacists are secretly masterminding Muslim integration to Europe in a scheme to outbreed white people. Now, she's crazy. But in everything crazy, there's something you need to hear. Tiffany, play that clip.
This flooding in North Carolina does not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And this lithium mine they want would be the 3rd largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the quartz? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know. I grew up in the mountains in Colorado, which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, aka like the worst thing that could happen, and you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
All right, first I want to say that with the breeding thing she said about Muslims and the Zionist supremacists, right? I think we all know why they want to ban abortion. I think we all know that, right? So again, when you hear these people talking, we did this with Candace Owens a few weeks back. There's some crazy shit in what these people are saying. But then you might want to think about some of it too and just do the research. I'm just saying. Now back to this unbelievably devastating thing that's happened in North Carolina. They are not okay. They are not built for hurricanes because hurricanes don't traditionally come through the mountains, okay? So when people get into this rhetoric, y'all, now mind you, if you want to fact check that clip, everything he said about the company, the richness in land with the materials, those things are true. But again, why would somebody have flood insurance in the mountains where there's no flooding? Okay, so that's just common sense things that I try to debunk off the top. But then you get into the whole thing of like that this one, company that, wants to control this land or open up the quarries for more digging and more things, right? there are laws in place for a reason. So I just want to debunk that, and I want to ask you guys how you feel, because yes, natural disasters happen, right? But how can you have devastation like that and blame it on the government? I want to know, I need to know what's real.
I think people are always looking to blame someone. So
Facts.
Whenever they start talking about global warming not being a real thing, it's like I stop listening because I know how the climate has changed through the years.
Right.
So when I just watched that clip, I got a little nervous because did something happen where you removed anything that would keep water out of that area first so that it would affect it? Like, it makes me go down a rabbit hole, and I don't need to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But I do want to do a little bit more research because, listen, if I go down a rabbit hole, it's going to be hard to get me out.
It's over.
But yeah, like, it really does make you think, even though it's conspiracy theorist-ish, it definitely makes you think, like, wait a minute.
Is it true? Could it be true? Kendra, what you think, baby?
So one of my many jobs that I have, I am a
because we learn something new about you every week, child. This is making the band Kendra right here, right?
I do contractual work for floods and hurricanes and things like that. That's
Lord.
what I do.
Get a full resume, Tiffany, from her, because I can't be surprised no more. I got to know exactly everything about her.
So I make money off disasters, unfortunately. Just a tidbit thing.
Yeah.
I have earthquake insurance on my house in Kansas. And this is the reason why, because we are not absolute from any kind of matters that may happen,
natural
from
disasters.
from Mother Nature.
Yeah.
And so we have had tremors here in Kansas. One day we may have a big one. When it comes to flood insurance, I think everyone should have flood insurance because the way that it is portrayed or estimated at the time of everything. So anyway, yes, we come on these conspiracy theories. Yes, mountains probably can flood because where is the water reservoir? Like, where is the water coming from? I'm pretty sure they have lakes or creeks or something that if you have that amount of rain that come through and there's no enough drainage, of course there can be a flood.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's more that goes into that. And of course, now that we're going into the ecosystem using other things for, electric cars and things like that, it's going to be a lot of stuff that come up. Just like the whole, they were going on strike. So people was in Costco or something buying all the toilet paper. It's just be a bunch of shit.
No, and it is. And the thing about that, you saw how they got that shit together real quick. Them motherfuckers, we're going to push this back to January because we need to get these boats in here, get these bananas to Kenny Burns' house because he make his movies every 2 days. He need his smoothies. But listen, I agree. But that's the trick. The trick is we are in election season. Less than 30 days away from election, by the way, and I need you focused and registered now. Because the registration, if you're not registered, is over this week. For everybody across the United States of America, it's over. Atlanta was Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's over. So hello, I'm talking to, matter of fact, fuck them. The people that are registered to vote, listen and listen clearly. This is what you're up against. You got all these things coming out at an election time. And you don't think it's ironic that every other post is about Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Combs, Sean John? You don't find that interesting that they're creating more things. Like, this is unheard of. Facts are facts. Give us the Tupac information. Give us all the information that is the truth, and we will be with you. But all this other shit, and then you got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and J.D. Vance. There's a whole Christian nationalist movement, and they really got dedication to social media on pushing the Christian, forcing the Christian narrative on everybody, making it law, making you have to do certain things, that the 10 Commandments should be the laws and not the Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what's under attack. Donald Trump made $605 million since 2020 off of your donations, off of him tricking you into buying everything, including making you think you should put Clorox in your body. No, this is how idiotic it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are under the most severe mind fuck we have ever been under. And they keep feeding us. Yesterday, I could not go to sleep. It was playing over and over, and I couldn't shut my brain down. I know that's an effect of being on social media too much. Even the other night, I was watching a football game. The shit ain't get over to 1 o'clock in the morning. It took me 2 more hours to go to sleep because my mind just kept going. Ladies and gentlemen, our mind fuck is real. They are fucking the shit out of our minds. And I keep saying fucking because maybe that's what I want to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Live from the Comments section.
Unhinged.
Unhinged for Jesus. Kendra, you had a good one this week, baby. Why don't you start, and then Sugar, I'm coming to you, baby. Live from the comments section.
Okay. We were talking about discipline and things like that this past week. Mm-hmm. My mind is gone because Kenny be saying shit that, get us laughing and we can't come back. Okay, but let's get it together. The comment was from DJ Rick Live. Something happened somewhere that we failed our youth and didn't pay attention to them. It hurts to see this, and I love my people and pray to God that it will turn around. We all we got. Yeah. And I definitely agree with you. And for me, I think it was the accountability of parenting. That's where we went wrong. People are not parenting their kids anymore. Yeah. They're just letting their kids just run wild. I grew up in a single mom home, so I knew my mother had to work. But we also knew that there was rules and there was things that we needed to get done. And Miss Reed around the corner, if we went around the corner and cut up, Miss Reed gonna get in our ass and she gonna call mama. And when mama get home, I'm getting another whooping. So there was accountability that was there.
Yes.
Also, someone posted a post this weekend from a little girl. Her mother went to the school because the little girl was bullying someone else in the classroom.
Right.
And it was Phil. And so the mother went up to the school and actually in front of the class had the little girl apologize and told everyone in the classroom how that's not acceptable.
That's right.
I applaud that mother for doing that. And we need more of that because that is holding your child accountable to some mess that you do not approve of.
No question. And Rick Live, I want to say this, brother. I don't think the majority of our generation failed the youngest. I think it's the ones that did not show up for them that's causing all this damage. And yes, it is a few, but it only take a few. Because I know for a fact, yes, we didn't have much. Like Kendra, I grew up in a single parent home and it was hard. A lot of things we had to figure out on our own. But we try to do better for our kids and our communities, learning the things that we learned. So I don't want it to be so heavy on your shoulders to think that we didn't do right by them. No, the people that just keep wanting to amplify the bullshit are the problem. The people that are 40 years and older, still in the game, making kid music, making death and destruction, misogyny, you part of the problem. You just part of the problem. At some point we have to grow. But we have a live from the comments section for baby Sugar.
Okay, so _the_real E, I think that's how you say your name. Please tell me if I said it wrong. Said, this is so true. The inability to communicate with each other and understand and communicate through their own feelings. I see it every day. This was a response to how I deal with students on a day-to-day basis. And I try not to correct them in my first interaction with them because if they don't feel like you have a relationship with them, they don't care about what you got to say. So I 100% agree with that. But y'all, the other thing, I'll just add on to this. This happens with adults too, because we are so emotionally unintelligent and immature that we're not communicating our feelings. We are just acting. We are not talking about facts. We are only talking about feelings, and feelings change with the wind.
Come on, round of applause. I love that, child. And I think you're absolutely right. You got to know what you're getting into, period. And that's just around the table. Anybody in the world, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what. Take a beat, assess the situation. And I say it all the time. If you ain't willing to do something, go get somebody that is. Somebody, to Sugar's point, that might know this child. Somebody that can do something, and their job is to protect and serve. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong. We too grown to be fighting no children, first and foremost. We too grown. Tiffany, did you laugh, Tiffany? God damn, you violent. But the point is, y'all, we have to be, Tiffany probably just go ham sandwich in the Starbucks line on somebody. What you say, you little motherfucker? No, I'm just playing. All right, I got live for the comments section.
Yes, you do. You have Michael Porter 4638 from YouTube, and he says, how are you guys complaining about the state of our young black men, but at the same time pushing the Democratic Party? You guys are lost.
Okay, Michael, you want it? Here you go. We're pushing humanity. All right. I don't know what world you're living in where you see people that are positively trying to evoke some type of democracy in your world, but that's not happening, brother. So if the Democratic Party has it right this election, that's who we're voting for and that's what we're pushing. Now, mind you, I do want to say this too, Michael. I want to say that at the end of the day, you got to choose humanity over party. At the end of the day, you have to choose right versus wrong. There's no way you can leave a comment like this and not know the repercussions of somebody that might be slightly thinking like you and being pushed to the other side. Because the only alternative is what? Somebody you respect, somebody that's taking your money, stealing your democracy, stealing your ideals, wanting to ban, if you're a Christian, I don't know what you are, Michael, wanting to, you know what I'm saying, use religion as a weapon. This is the person. He was at a rally and said, "You Christians, I love you Christians." And it's almost like, I love you niggas. I just want your vote for right now, you niggas, and then we'll be back to my bullshit. So, Mike, I hope you really aren't down with that. And you might just be in the comments to be heard. Well, you've been heard, brother, and you're on the Kenny Burns Show. There you go.
And we have one more, KB. And actually, this one is a little bit more positive.
Oh, we need positivity in this world.
Okay. Naturally Friday said, I am loving the new virtual live TKBS podcast shows and episode. Great job and great conversation. As always, TKBS Nation fam, the dream is real.
Oh, we love you and we appreciate your energy. And this is why we do it, for comments like that. Not Michael. No, Michael, we love you too, brother. Keep coming back. Keep being a part of the conversation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for As the World Turns with Kenny Burns. Drake, where you at, Drake? We need you back, champ. Listen, I understand. You went back to back with Meek Mill, and you got him. Yeah, we was on it. But then you lost to Kendrick because he said they not like us, and it's okay. But the fucking algorithm is broken. We don't have no women music. We need something for the ladies, player. Oh yeah, they need some love. I ain't even mad at you for doing that record with Sexy Red because it was a bop. She just ain't shit. But we need you in your love music back, champ. It's a problem out here in these streets. And I'm telling you, the wrinkle in the algorithm is that you are not coming out with these fucking records. And we need you to balance the algorithm because, dear Lord, baby Jesus, I refuse to go into 2025 listening to this nigga shit. And I know you honor your other half. The dream is real, ladies and gentlemen, and Kendra gonna get us up out of here. Come on, baby, because we know one thing is to be true on the Kenny Burns Show, ladies and gentlemen, and hit him upside the head, Kendra.
The dream is real.
The dream is real.